You know, it's amazing that everybody gets to the game free and I have to pay, but that's okay, that's all right. There's got to be some logic in that deal there somewhere, but anyway. Where's that back door at? Okay.
We just happened to be walking up, there he was. They have your picture.
Well, what I'll say is this.
Tim, I have my pass.
Okay. There are very few things in officiating that give you honor and pleasure. You work the ball games and people say you're horrible, you're the worst thing since indoor plumbing, you're the worst thing since sliced bread, and you gotta make it through that night. You gotta try and navigate that 84-foot court about 50 feet wide. You gotta make sure that you are where you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing, and anybody, a guy named Travis Stewart told me this, there are three things you do. You communicate, you communicate, you communicate. And officials do that better than anyone else. The only reason I'm still officiating now is not because I need to officiate. It's because of the fact of what everyone says, the relationships that you build along the way. It is my honor, it is my privilege, it is my pleasure to announce the next person for induction into the Hall of Fame. This gentleman worked in the chapter for a very long period of time. I had the pleasure of working a regional tournament with him, and it was funny. All officials have what they call official stories. The longer you officiate, the more stories you have. We were working a regional tournament down in Stevensville, and the ball went to the stands. And if you ever worked a regional tournament before, the regional tournament is one of the most hostile crowds you ever meet in your life. And the reason why is, all they have focus in their mind is getting where? To Austin. They made the regional tournament, so they made that now, so guess what? Everything else behind them. Now those sorry officials are going to keep us from going to Austin. The crowd was at a frenzy. The ball goes up to the stands, and guess who goes to retrieve the ball? The normal officials just stand there and say, throw the ball back. That's what a normal official does. This person was not normal. Anybody ever read the Bible and get over into about Exodus 14 where a guy named Moses was kind of going out to the water and had Pharaoh's folks behind him and had water in front? And it said, just take your staff, use what you got and part it. He goes up to the stands to get the ball back. And guess what? They gave him the ball. He came back down out of the stands. That gentleman was Roy Ray. Uniqueness, style, professionalism, integrity, all the things that an official must have on a nightly basis to make it through a crowd. He parted the sea. He was a multi-sport official. Football, basketball, softball, and I've heard people say this before. You ain't never been called out in softball. He'd been called out by Roy Ray. He had a nice little skip and hop to it. And he'd be looking down at you and say, Well, I was fortunate enough to get to work a lot of games with him. And he started evaluating and critiquing officials when he could not officiate anymore. Very few older officials listen to anybody. It's just something about officials are arrogant people anyway. But you got to be arrogant because on three of you hit the whole world anyway every night. Or two of you get the whole world every night. So officials are very arrogant people. Don't let anybody tell you anything any different because they are. You got to be. And the longer you officiate, the more arrogant you become. After 35 years, I'm pretty arrogant. I'm going to tell you that now. But you have to learn to be humble. Roy Ray is a very humble person. And he did it in a very unique way. And there will be only one Roy Ray. I'd like to ask his son Adrian to come up. he has some people here also. See, we've done a couple of special things this year. One of the things that we have done is we're going to induct him into the Hall of Fame posthumously. But also, we have another thing come up here in just a moment that Mr. Jones is going to do. Bring where you want up. That's fine, not a problem. This is Roy's daughter. This is Roy Ray's son. And he also has some additional family with him.
My cousin Willie Ray, cousin Sean, Carla, Stephanie, Gayla in the back. That's family.
And he says that's family. And I want him to know he is forever part of our family. And if there's anything we can ever do to assist you, any event we have, as long as I'm in the Tyler chapter, as long as I'm on the board, if I'm not on the board, you're still invited. If I gotta pay for it, I'll pay for it. I don't have the money, but I think I can get you in. See, it's not necessarily what you know sometimes, it's who you know sometimes. So anyway, if you would, please come forward and receive this award in your Father's name. The microphone now is all yours.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. It means so much to me being Roy Ray's son, and this is his daughter as well, my sister, LaTanya Ray. Very special to me because I grew up with my dad. Of course, I'm the firstborn, and I was the baby at all the places y'all you mentioned tonight. Going to Brownsboro, going to on the road. I mean, Linda, I've been literally everywhere with my dad, even as a son, as a boy, riding in the back seat. Sometimes you gotta get your schoolwork in. I still want to go with my dad. Just want to be with him. And one time I hid in the back seat of his car just to make sure I went to one of the Brownsboro. And he looked up out there, and it was a cold night, much colder than what it is outside now. And I forgot my coat. And he looked up there. He didn't know I was there until he looked up in the stands and saw me walking around and said, "Boy, how'd you get here?" And I said, "I came with you." And he said, "I'm going to let you freeze." Then he looked at me, "All right, fine. Take my coat." So he took, this is how he was. He took the coat off his back. And he gave me the coat, and I was still walking around the stand. Then he gave me some money for some nachos and everything. But I always wanted to be with my dad, and it never changed. And even as I grew up, Caldwell Gymnasium was my second home. Colonial Hill Church Gym. All these gyms around here, they were all my second homes because I was always with my father. And he loved officiating. He loved each and every one of you. And anytime you have anything, I would, if you would have me, I would absolutely be here and come down. I came down from Dallas tonight, and I'm gonna go back tonight. But I would not neglect. I don't regret it. And anytime you need me to come down, I will be here just to help celebrate my dad. If you will, we started a scholarship foundation in my dad's honor, and his name, Roy Melton Ray Scholarship Foundation. We started last year, and we will also be giving away a $1,000 scholarship to 3 students that's going to school this coming year. If you will, mark your calendars, July 20th of this year at the College Hill Baptist Church, where we had his services. We will be honoring him, and we will give out checks to students. And Gayla's helping me out as well, and we're going to do that. And we're working now. The church is already, everything is booked and everything is done. We have artists coming in, and I want each of you to come. I would love to have y'all to come. And we will have a special place just for you, just for being there, because he loved each and every one of you. And I appreciate my family coming. My sister, you want to say something? She don't talk. She's the baby. So she's the baby of the group. And, of course, my family's here. I appreciate all my family, Willie, Ray, and Sean, that were there with me, and Carla was there with me when we went through the loss of my father. It was unexpected. It was very hard. And it's still a little soon now, but with God has given me strength to make it through. And I just went and saw him today and cleaned him off and made sure he was good. We had that fun, so I made sure when I didn't talk to him, tell him I'm going to go and accept this award as Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.